So when did the masculinity project,
So-
is that the right word to use to
Yes,
describe
it's
it?
about 10 minutes old.
Right, 10 minutes. Wow.
10 minutes
I
old.
thought you literally just invented it on
No,
stage.
I mean, I did the scene, so a few minutes before that, but really quick. I was looking at women and time's up, and what's that? And, the abuse and everybody coming out and getting, fired and everything. And I'm thinking and I'm studying, looking at things, interviewing people. And men are looking very blue. Like, we pick up stuff, the human vibe. And men look very sad. And then I started to look into it and I realized, or I was told men's suicides way up.
Yeah.
What else? Testosterone levels, 17% drop globally. Depression, way up. What is it? And I think that men are just lost in this. So I'm like a contrarian. That's actually how you figure out the future sometimes. So everybody's talking about women. Well, I go, what's up with men? And that's why I started. And really, only a few months ago.
But I think it's absolutely right. I mean, as soon as they asked if I would sit and speak with you, I was like, yes, because I am fascinated in this area. I've been thinking for several years now that the men need more focus because we've demonized them, quite rightly. Some of them, crucially, some of them.
Not
but
you.
actually only a few of them actually are the real
Well, we don't know yet. Wait till they hit
troublemakers.
the restaurants.
Yes,
And wait till they
every
hit
other industry.
the fields.
Yeah.
I was at the UN when this is so many women are raped in the fields by their overseers. So we haven't gone to the real people yet.
No. But what the reason I became really interested actually was around all of that fantastic work that was being done for young girls around what they can do. Girls can throw. Girls can.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, this is amazing and fantastic, and thank goodness it exists. But what about boys? Because it's scary being a boy, because you're growing up now with this narrative that men are bad.
Yeah.
And also being where's all the emotional and mental support that young boys need? Where does that come from?
So
and to shape them into better men.
I think we have to stop telling boys not to cry and to be tough and to be brave, and boys don't do this and boys don't do that, and mothers cuddle their sons and the father. That's only 23% of the families, by the way, mother, father, and kids.
Yeah,
23%.
okay. Wow. Is that
That's
it?
all.
Jesus.
But and dads are going like, what do you're soft, making them soft. So what do you think they grow up to be?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So you have to start young, and we need campaigns.
And make them I can't wait till men are called humans and women are called humans.
I completely agree with you.
And that goes with gender fluidity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because if you say humans, you could mean trans or bi or phi or psi or C or
whatever you want to call yourself.
Yeah. I think we have a lot to go. It's not just men and women, it's fluidity.
Yeah, no, it's fluid. Well, but then we are living in a much more fluid world where people feel more comfortable with fluidity. Whereas, 10 years ago, everything was very rigid. Gender roles, the fact that you had one job for life, that you live in one apartment for life, that you were with one bank, that you should, we're becoming much more fluid. But
the CMO of Burger King said something really beautiful to me. He said, when my son could have a Burger King every day, I know we've made this product right.
Okay, explain what you mean.
Well, he meant that the food, the quality of the food, and that it's not. See, he was charming. So there are some people here trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And trying to do a good thing.
I think most people want to do the right thing and do good stuff, but you have to enable them to do it sometimes. You have to create an environment where people can be their best selves.
Or, as they're doing in Iceland, it's illegal to not have gender equality and equal pay.
Yeah, which it should absolutely be everywhere. It's ridiculous that it isn't, right?
White female, 78 cents on the dollar. Black, 60. Hispanics, 50. 55. Yeah. What?
I know.
And those 3 CMOs were sitting up there today talking about bringing women along. Well, yeah.
But I think it's an issue then, you think, that we have as an industry, and by that I mean media, that in order to get into media now, get a job, you have to pretty much be middle class, educated, and largely white, just because that's who is pumped out of universities, and that we're not bringing that diversity into the workplace. So actually, you don't understand that what life is like for most people around the world.
Right.
We only see it from a New York bubble or a Tokyo bubble or a London bubble, and the reality is really different, right?
Yeah.
And you need to understand what people are like, what real consumers are like,
But the truth is that
and the challenges they face.
people don't like differences. We have a trend called clanning. So it's PLU, people like us. We want to hang with people like us.
Mm-hmm.
And even when you go to a party, you see the men in one corner, the women in another. Just simply, that's so simple, you know? So I think it's very hard, because if you're talking to a Hispanic with a different food choices, with different background, with, you know, and you're this, you know, preppy white guy, even if the Hispanic's a guy, you're like, eh. And if the Hispanic's a female, it's And that, because you can't get it. So I don't have a lot of hope in large companies
Okay.
that they're going to really get there, because they haven't gotten there with women, no.
Yeah. And you do
You know?
have to ask yourself, why is that?
Why is that?
Yeah,
They
why
don't
is it?
like women. Because if you had all the money in the world and all the power in the world, and I say to you, somebody, here, I'm going to bring in this foreign element, and you know what? You're going to give them your power, and you're going to give them money, and they smell different, and they cry, and they have to leave. They have to pick up the kid at kindergarten, and you have to work half the night, and blah, blah, blah. You go like, Or, I know chairmen that won't get in an elevator now with a female.
Won't.
Won't.
Because?
Because they may be accused of harassment, and they won't mentor them, and they will not go out to dinner with them.
Like, if you were to meet parents, people who are about to become parents to a son, now, what would your advice be to them?
Say, I promise you he won't be gay, but raise him like a girl.
Can you explain that just a little bit?
Okay, so what I mean by that is, if you raise a little boy like a girl, you raise it with affection, imagination, play, you know, nonviolent. You know, girls don't like bang around and hit that much. Raise him like a girl, love him like a girl, nurture him like a girl, and he'll grow up to be a spectacular man.
But do you need that gay caveat at the beginning of it?
Well, that's what people are afraid of, unfortunately.
Still?
Yes. Yeah.